to the greatest of the greatest. A podcast that you never knew you needed. With interviews from people you have never met, or maybe you have once or twice. Asking questions and knowing more than you want to know about them. You are listening to Full Buddy Cast.
All right, everyone, a special new, not new. We still got Garage Night, but we couldn't make it work this week. But I felt like, man, I need to get on the mic. This is just me. Maybe I'll make Craig voices or Corey voices. Oh, okay, guys. Oh, Travis, you're the best. That was Craig. That was Corey, actually. And then here's Craig. Whatever. Travis is the best, but whatever. Travis' team's in the Super Bowl. Whatever. I don't care. I don't even care. In fact, I'll read you Craig's text to me. But yeah, this is because the Super Bowl's coming up in a couple days, and I wanted to get it out there. Obviously, huge Seahawks fan. Why not hear from me? Why not? You probably don't care, but I feel like I should get out there and say something. I got Dan Coot Snyder, hey, you gonna record? He's been sending me sweet AI pictures of me that I can't wait to unveil during the Seahawks game at various points, changing my profile picture, all that fun stuff. Anyway, so Craig, I was like, hey, because I've been out of town, did a nice little golf trip with some friends, and came back, said, okay, let's go, let's roll. And this is what he said back to me, which was kind of rude, but it's in Craig fashion, and I'm happy about it. I feel like the people need it and don't get enough of you just talking, which means that sarcasm, Craig, key, great, sarcastic person in the world. You can talk about the Seahawks on your own, catch you on the flip side. Now that part, the catch you on the flip side, that was always to me a diss. And so I didn't like that one too much, because it's like, well, is he just like never going to do the podcast again? Did I finally beat him? Maybe I beat him. Maybe we're on like a staring contest, and who's going to stop this thing? And this may be it. That might have been it. That might have been the last thing Craig said ever on the podcast, because the catch you on the flip side, typically, in my opinion, is like, I'm never talking to you again. That's how I read it. But then he says, also, don't really care who wins the Super Bowl, but I will never root for New England, so I will at least hope Seattle wins. Laughing face emoji. So Craig won't make it. Corey never texted back, but he is also the man of mystery. Shout out Sabrina, because we always got to talk about Sabrina. Shout out her, and shout out Corey, and shout out everyone. Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl, so let me just put you in perspective to where I was at during that time. So Jamie and I got a great offer to go to Vegas. So we went to Vegas that weekend and watched the NFC Championship. Shout out Joe Healy at the Prestige Lounge. The reason I'm shouting out Joe Healy is because we met Joe Healy during the NCAA tournament championship at the Prestige Lounge last year. Went with my parents, and what the Prestige Lounge is just pay a little more money. It's roughly the cost of what you would spend at some restaurants during the day, but there they have food, they have snacks, they have coffee and drinks. They have a happy hour for 3 hours too, where the drinks are free. I mean, we tip, but like that's kind of how. That's why we do it. So it's private. You're not like waiting in lines, you're just there. And so, posted up last year for the NCAA tournament, met this guy named Joe Healy down in, there. He lives in Texas, in Houston, has some grocery store ties. So Jamie and him hit it off pretty well with that. He's retired now. And he doesn't gamble. He just goes there to just once a month, sit in the Prestige Lounge for a few days. I don't even think he drinks that much. Maybe he doesn't drink at all. But he just like posts up by the TV, whatever sports show is on. He usually goes for like, if there's a championship. So he'll be there for the Super Bowl, and every worker knows him. Everybody there, they know Joe Healy. And so we made friends with him, and he'll send stuff throughout the year, and he's a good trash talker when it comes to sports. So, anyway, so Jamie and I go up there, we gamble a little bit, then we go up there and go for the Seahawks game. And so and he's not there for this because he's gonna be there for the Super Bowl. And so it's just us mixed with other people. This is kind of a retired area. This is where people are mostly are older. They're retired. They have a little money. We're at the Palazzo. We go to the Palazzo / Venetian because we get free suites because we go there so often, and we gamble. And so we still get these offers. And so that's kind of, we get the tied into Vegas. That's why I'm always in Vegas, and Jamie and I are always in Vegas. It's because they shoot us offers. So we're there watching the NFC Championship, Rams and the Seahawks. But right before we sit down actually in front of a TV, and we're kind of close, so we got one of the front row. This bartender, and they're all dressed up so nice. The bartender walks up to us and is like, "Excuse me, are you Travis and Jamie?" And when this is kind of in front of people, and so we kind of feel extra special because this yeah, that's us. And he says, "Oh, Joe Healy told me to come say hi to you." And, so we're like, okay, that's nice. That's kind of cool. And he said, then Jamie sent Joe Healy a Facebook message and said, "Hey, Joe, just met, I think, what was the guy's name? I want to say Brandon. I'm definitely wrong. I want to say Brandon, but I'm definitely wrong. I want to say Brandon, but I'm definitely wrong." So he said, "Oh, we met Brandon." And Joe said, "Oh, yeah, I told him to find the drop dead gorgeous blonde, and then you'll know that's Travis and Jamie." Joe Healy is like, Jamie turns to me, Joe, isn't Joe like legally blind? And it's true. Joe is legally blind. Like, he's like, when he's watching that TV, he's pretty darn close to it. And that was funny. Jamie cracks me up. She's a funny girl because she's like, "Oh, this guy says I'm drop dead gorgeous. Isn't he legally blind?" It's a good one. It's by Norm Macdonald. Wish I had Craig Corey. Those guys are laughing. Okay, no, they're here. They're laughing. Got them. So anyway, we're watching this game, and these guys are just giving us drinks. I had to cut myself off because we'd already had plenty of Coors Lights before, and now I'm getting old fashions, and Jamie's getting Chardonnay. And so anyway, we're having a good time. And we're with Rams fans and Seahawks fans. And, it's kind of like banter throughout the game. But by the fourth quarter, I am like 3 sheets to the wind. This is afterwards. I went live. You can see it on my Facebook page. Pardon me. But, and I'm public now. It's like, do you want to do public? Are you public? You're moving to public, and now you have to be a content creator. Like, it sent me warnings for like a month or, a few weeks. I was like, "Hey, we're going to change this as of this." It's like, okay, I guess. And then all of a sudden it made a post for me that said, "Oh, I'm content creator." I'm like, what is this? I was either going to lose my, and I want to be public. I like the podcast. I like being public. I don't, some people like Facebook for private, yeah, I get it. For me, it's public. Not saying that I want to go viral, but if I'm going to have some stupid thing, that'd be kind of fun, right? People sharing that, it's kind of cool, right? Might draw attention to the podcast, might draw attention to whatever, and for the right reasons. And so, anyways, where was I? Yes. Digital creator, content creator, whatever they had me as. That's why that was out there. But so we're there, we're watching the game, and it's like fourth quarter, and I cut myself off because I can't see straight. And I remember pops and buzzes. I remember, the catch from Cooper Kupp and the run from Kenneth Walker. Anyway, we get to the end, and as the Rams are marching down with like a few minutes to go, this guy behind us is just like, inevitable win. Rams inevitable win. Stafford with inevitable touchdown pass, inevitable win. Said inevitable over and over and over. And I was like worried about that, truthfully. I was very worried about that. And I did not, we can beat the Niners, and I'm thrilled. Worst case scenario is we lose to the Niners. And then then the second worst case scenario is that we lose to the Rams. So, And because the Rams, I mean, that's Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, Devontae Adams. Everyone's they have a great team too. I mean, it's not that they're bad; they're great, and I'm worried about them beating us in the fourth quarter. And we've only lost games. I think only 3 games this past complete season, and we've only lost for like 3 to 4 points a game for those. So we've always kept it close. We've always lost it near the end. I mean, at the end, or like we couldn't get it going at the end. But so I was worried about that. Inevitable win, inevitable Rams win. And so this guy just nonstop. Well, fourth down doesn't get converted at the, when they went 4th and goal, we get the ball and we start marching and chewing clock. And I say, inevitable win. And I'm drunk. And Jamie's like, and then the guy's like, finally, after a few of mine, he's like, all right, yeah, inevitable win. Seahawks, inevitable win. And Jamie like nudges me and says, okay, he acknowledged it. Now knock it off. Shut up. So then I shut up. That was good. We win. We stumble downstairs, get in the hotel, and I make my live video. And man, that was the best part of the week. Winning the NFC Championship. Seahawks are back in. You got to freaking love it. Like, I never would have expected this. And shout out to Craig, because he didn't bet the Eagles a few years ago, and the Eagles went all the way to the Super Bowl. So now I bet my team every year to go to the Super Bowl, win the NFC Champ. So far, I'm already up money. Boom, 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 boom. I won 8.5. I won the division and won the conference, and now we're looking at the Super Bowl. So now, worst case scenario is that the Seahawks lose to the Patriots. I'm telling you, it's like the 3 teams that would suck to lose to are the Rams, the Niners, and now the Patriots. Watching the Malcolm Butler interception over and over and over and over, and I'm telling you, we knew it was going to happen, but like, I don't know. I just the Patriots. I worst case scenario, we're even playing them. I mean, like, I'm happy we're playing them, but this whole playoff has given me a lot of anxiety, basically what I'm saying. So, super excited to go to, I'm not going. I almost was, thought about a road trip. It's close enough for a road trip. Some friends were kicking it around, considered it, but I mean, San Fran is the closest stadium to us, I'd have to say, other than maybe Denver. It's like 12 and a half hours. There's no way Denver's closer than 12 and a half hours. It's not. I drove to frickin' Denver. That was like 30 hours. So yeah, Niners closest stadium to us, other than obviously Seattle. So it's definitely tempting. But no, not going to do it. Wanted to do it. Oh my gosh. So, and then it's like Super Bowl. Who do I want to, watch it with? Maybe family. There are some family that I have that aren't Seahawk fans. And so, they would just talk trash the whole time and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I don't want to do that. So maybe just watch it at home, not interested in watching it with anyone that's not as, shout out to Jenna. Shout out Jenna Brassard, because when when the Niners went to the Super Bowl, I think it was they did end up losing. The power went out. Who did they play for that? The power went out and then they lost. They were up and then they lost. I can't remember who that was. Was it the Chiefs? I don't know. But anyway, shout out to her because she had me in her house. Like, she knows I don't like the Niners. So I was there watching the game with her. I actually had a little camera where we, this is back when I was starting to videotape, the podcast. Remember during COVID, during that time when I would put out clips of who, actually this is pre-COVID. This was pre-COVID because, yeah, so I started doing some video clips for, pre-COVID for Full Buddy Cast. And so I was like, well, I need to go get like a watch with the fan. And so Jenna was one of the biggest fans that was nearby that I know. And so she invited me into her house, and I was there snickering, laughing. I couldn't do it now. Like, I don't want that around. Your team only makes a Super Bowl so often. You got to have it with people. It's not a regular game. Like, you've got to have it with people that are rooting there. If they root against you, or they're there, or they're snickering, or they're saying things. So shout out her that she was able to let me do that. I would never let anyone do that right now. Absolutely not. Get them out of here. And so anyway, super excited. I do believe the Seahawks can win. I don't want to say will win because it's any given Sunday, although this I can't say his name. Nick Arawari, like back the old Chancellor, Sherman, Browner, Thomas. We had easy names. I can't say half these last names now. It's hard. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Also, while I was down there in Vegas, though, Joe Healy, again, another Joe shout out. He was like, hey, got a friend who's in the sports collecting business and memorabilia business, and I could probably get you a Hawks jersey for a discount, and it's signed, and it was Kenneth Walker. So we got that, and shout out Jamie, she paid for it. And so we have a signed Kenneth Walker, authentic Beckett, that it was signed by him, so authentication and all that. So that's pretty sweet. But anyway, yeah, it's I think the Seahawks are going to win. I want them to win. At the same time, it's like, are the Patriots for real? Like, are the Seahawks for real? Well, I think we've been more for real. But we were a little injured in some areas, kind of a little banged up, and it's just going to be interesting. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to the vibe. It comes down to how many, it's going to be interesting to see what the stadium looks like. Is it going to be a lot of Patriot fans? Is it going to be a lot of Seahawk fans? Is it going to be a lot of just people there? And they don't, and then the whole halftime show, man, I'm telling you, it's just like it's like, can we just watch football? Do we have to have a political thing about everything? Do I have to have something just like completely just shoved down my throat of whether it's Bad Bunny or whether it's Turning Point USA doing one, or what? I just want to just watch football. I don't. We have to politicize everything. Man, I remember back in the day, I missed the nip slip. I missed the wardrobe malfunction. I was out shooting hoops out at my parents' house. The game was on. Then I went outside during halftime and shot hoops. I don't care about the halftime show, although there have been some good ones at times, and that I have watched those. Typically, Super Bowl was like the game and the commercials, and then you kind of like whatevered the halftime show. At least that was my opinion. And now it's like everything is like politicized and has to be super aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more political ads that we've ever seen during a Super Bowl, especially with the things that are going on in America right now. It just wouldn't surprise me with any of that. And so it's just, I just want to watch football. Can we just watch football? The bets I've taken, I think I took a Kenneth Walker touchdown. I might take a couple Jake Bobo anytime touch, or maybe take one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some other people in the mix. Barner, maybe. It just depends on what the value is. I got to go down there and check that out here in the next day or so. Anyway, yeah. So, super excited about the Super Bowl. Hoping for a great game. My prediction is the Seahawks are going to win, and I'm thinking it's going to be. This sounds so stupid. It's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be really close. But like, I want it to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a blowout. I hope it's going to be a blowout. But can it be close? Sure. Is it going to be under? I think the over under is 40 right now, 40 points, maybe 43 points. I might take the under on that. Let's just take a quick gander at some of the lines here. So the Seahawks are favored. The Seahawks are favored by 4.5 points, and it's 45 and a half. So I might take the over. Why are we rooting for unders? I might take the over just because I love rooting for the over. It's like the whole time you're just like, let's go, another point, yeah, another touchdown, let's go. And we could see multiple scores. We could see maybe someone score multiple times. We could see Jackson Smith and Jigba with 3 touchdowns, or we could see Kenneth Walker with 2 touchdowns. We could see AJ Barner with 4 tush pushes. Who knows? So I'm super excited, obviously, pumped, and then I'll just be on Facebook just going through my emotions on it. And now that I'm a digital content creator, that's what my wheelhouse is. But I'm telling you, and then after this game, I was already prepping Jamie. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be so depressed because we did Vegas, had the golf trip. Jamie and I went golfing last night with Jacqueline. That was a lot of fun. And then the Super Bowl, but it's like even more heightened Super Bowl, and the Seahawks are in it. And then this is where I crash. Mark Herbert Schmidt and I have had this conversation in the past. I crash when it comes to after football because it's cold, it's rainy, there's no football on, and my mental health sucks. It really does. And so I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not. I'm dreading it. I'm looking forward to March Madness. That's March 22nd and 23rd. So that's a full freaking month and a half. Next Vegas trip is end of April. So it's going to be a lot of door dashing. It's going to be a lot of just like getting through. Reach out to me, please. I would love it because this is going to be, I'm devastated. I am not looking forward to this. Let's see, quick revision or quick review of the boys. So, did we pick this is who we picked in the Super Bowl to be at the beginning of the season. Craig picked Eagles and Steelers. I picked Lions and Chiefs, and Corey picked Niners and Bills. So we suck at picking things. I just want to highlight that real quick. Anyway, I just appreciate you guys. Wanted to get this out there. Wanted to do a little Super Bowl Seahawk preview. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm farting out my butt. I'm pooping out my pants. I'm super. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have people, trash talking me. I'm going to have Homer on the side trash talking me. I'm going to have Joe Healy. I'm going to have Dan pump me up with AI things. I'm going to have just Roger and probably Jenna and other people. Adam Post is going to be out there. He's going to hype me up. The boys are going to hype me up. And my family will be texting. It's going to be a good time. And I think I'm just going to snack. I'm going to snack it hard. I'm going to be snacking so friggin' hard. I'm going to be eating my feelings. So that's the other thing. It's like, I got to figure that out next. I got to figure out what's my next move. What do I want to be eating? What sound? I just don't want to go to the kitchen and be like, I want legit, like if I'm going to just pound beers and just eat my freaking heart out, then I've got to line that up. And I'm actually kind of excited for that. Now I'm a little jazzed for that. Am I going to go hot wings? Am I going to go some wings? Am I going to go charcuterie board? Will I go just the classic chicken? Go. Oh, maybe I'll go buffalo chicken dip. Ooh, that sounds good. Do I just get a veggie tray with that? Like, I'm gonna have my own chips and salsa. I mean, there's so much. Tell me your favorite. Message me your favorite thing that you like to eat for Super Bowl or Sunday, and then. How are you going to be eating your feelings this weekend? Maybe I'll post it on Facebook too. And then also just shout out to the listeners. We've got Kellen Hall, Adam Kenny Art, Cassie Spencer, Amanda Keating, Ben Illman, Jamie Kenny, Jackson Sidehook, Cameron Stratton, and Dan Coots Snyder. Love you guys. Love everyone. Shout out to Sandy. We had her birthday, right? That's Jamie's mom. And we went out to eat by Ruston Way. We actually were driving and we saw, well, dude, that day was crazy because earlier I ran into Jamie Roberts and he was just driving. Dan Coots Snyder, he was out in Bonnie Lake. He was just driving. And then Russell Brandon, I ran into him at QFC on my last dash before Vegas, which was a nightmare. That was cool. So it's just to run into full buddy people, shout out them, shout out you, shout out the Seahawks. Go Hawks, go. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Welcome to the greatest of the greatest, a podcast that you never knew you needed, with interviews from people you have never met, or maybe you have once or twice, asking questions and knowing more than you want to know about them. You are listening to